Hello everyone, I am Phoenix Tremaine and this is my review of The Real Housewives of Atlanta. I mean, I didn't even know it was supposed to come on tonight. I knew it was coming on in November, but I didn't know it was actually coming on tonight. So, let's get into it. Oh, if you haven't done so, please like, subscribe, comment, share, share this experience with me. Um, and share it with your friends. I'll also put my links if you want to talk to me on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. Check out different things that I'm doing with my production company. Um, you know, join my whole experience. But with that said, let's get into the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Now, this was actually a pretty good episode. It's the first season without Nene, although I've heard rumors that Nene will be making an appearance this season. She couldn't quite stay away. But it's almost like the girls are fighting for her spot. Who's going to be the queen bitch of Real Housewives of Atlanta? Right now, it looks like Kenya. Without Nene, blocking her shine to be the queen bitch of the show, Kenya's works overtime on this episode to try to take Nene's spot. But typical Kenya, her card gets pulled several times in this episode, which has always been my issue with Kenya. That I know Kenya has lots of fans, people love Kenya, but Kenya has always rubbed me the wrong way because I love a good bitch, but she gets caught in too many lies, and she gets caught in. And the whole thing with Walter and all that kind of shit is like, I know that reality TV is fake. I know that these fights are fake and they're just trying to make good TV and keep getting paid for staying on the show. And then every once in a while, reality actually slides into the show because they do things in real life for real that the show can't help but add to their storyline. But with that said, a lot of things that Kenya's done has just been too fake. I just can't co-sign it. But this episode, Portia's got her peach back. I was mad when she lost it the first time because I thought Portia was definitely a good addition to the show. Kim Fields is not in this episode. She actually starts the next episode. But based on the trailer for what the season is about, Kim looks lost. Like, she just get a paycheck. And she's just looking at these women like, is this shit for real? So I love me some Kim Fields, but I don't think this is the show for her. But we shall see. I heard that she does get involved in some of the drama. So let's see if Kim ruins what's left of her career by becoming a reality TV star. Or if she'll withhold her dignity and actually able to use this as a vehicle for another comeback since, Facts of Life, Living Single. I know she's done some directorial work. But, fingers crossed that, Kim Fields can use this as a way to make a comeback. We start off the show with a guest appearance by Dr. Jackie. I think Candy really wanted that baby because she finally got pregnant, and they had to do it through in vitro because they were having issues. But the little bit of drama we've seen with her and Todd, I think that she's using a baby to sort of like try and bond them and keep them together because we saw that once Todd married Candy and he got like shows like Hollywood Divas he started producing, they were really drifting apart. And you could see her frustrations over it. But now that she has a baby, at least from this episode, it looks like it's bringing them back together. He's really excited about having a child that he can raise from the beginning, which is what Candy mentioned. The daughter that he has, he learned about her when she was older. So then we get this scene with Portia and Phaedra, where Portia basically comes to Phaedra to spill the tea about Peter cheating on Cynthia, and that there's a video to prove it. where he looks like he's kissing a woman and sliding his hand down her breast. And so we spent a lot of the beginning of the episode dealing with that. I'm honestly thinking this is Cynthia's last season. I know she's gonna like kick Portia in the stomach or something. She's really gonna turn up the season. Without Nene, her rivalry with Nene, and at times in the beginning her friendship with Nene. I mean, Cynthia would have been gone a long time ago without Nene. So she really has to pull out all the tricks in her bag of tricks to manage to stay on the show. She does have a a sunglass shade event where she's doing her shade launch. And so, so the big event of the beginning of the season is actually a Cynthia event. So we'll see how much she can hold on to her shine without Nene. In Peter and Cynthia's marital problems will keep her on the front burner, and it may get her to have another season. But there's a lot of people who just think Cynthia's boring, even when she's in the middle of a big old drama. So maybe it will take her kicking Portia in the stomach and send her into the hospital for her to actually, come off as a badass that people want to see. Now, let's talk about, Peter comes home from North Carolina. He's opened up a new location, or I don't know if the location in Atlanta closed or whatever, because they said it was closing. But he has a bar in North Carolina now. So Cynthia's like, they only see each other like 3 days out of the week, if that. And let me just tell you this, long distance relationships do not work. They don't work. The only ones that I have seen work when people had open relationships. When you leave town, you do whatever you want to do. And when you come back home, act like you got some sense. So if you don't want an open relationship, these long distance relationships ain't going to work. And we all know that Cynthia's ain't giving up the pussy. We've seen 2-3 seasons of Cynthia talking about she's not giving him no pussy for health reasons. She's not giving him pussy just because she don't feel like it. And the few times that we've seen them intimate, is like he looks like he is so happy. Like she gave him some water, and he's been trapped in a desert, and he's been desperately needing some water. He needed some of her wetness. Okay, let me just me going about the shit. Let me stop doing metaphors. And so they had a little fight. It was boring. And then we got Portia got a new baller. I think she says either 22 or 24, something like that. Her family's not happy that she's dating a younger man. Portia says she feels like a sugar mama, and that she lives an hour away. So she got a hotel for them. The hotel looked cheap. I don't know where they went, but it looked like a cheap hotel room to me. And basically she wants to fuck him. They met on Instagram. Good Lord, celebrities meeting on Instagram is like that now. So he's a baller. He's a football player. I think she said he's a starter. I forgot what team. And good for her. She's got another baller. And he looks a little whipped. He don't look like Cordell. I gotta say this. Maybe she has a type. I don't know nothing about this guy. I'm just saying this is the truth. My gaydar went off. I don't know if you got gaydar too, but my gaydar went off. I'm getting a bi vibe from him, or a gay vibe from him. Something a little extra. He could be straight as an arrow, but I don't know, just my gaydar went off. So Portia, be careful. You don't want to go from Cordell screwing trannies and allegedly delivered guys. Hell, there's plenty of straight men out there, But if your main goal is to get a baller and he's young and you can control him, then good for you. And he definitely seems whipped, and she said point blank she was giving him the pussy. So, in the hotel room, and he didn't bring her a gift or anything, so really, when she said she felt like a sugar mama, she buying him shirts, she's got platters ready for him, and he's kind of young. He doesn't know that you're supposed to feed the other person you're with, the chocolate covered strawberries. You're not really supposed to feed yourself. So you got some training to do, Portia. Trust me, you got some training to do. Let me see. His name is Duke, and nope, I didn't write what team he's on. Cynthia and Kenya ride up to Kenya's new home, which is 500 feet from Chateau Sheree. Now, when they drove past Sheree's house, and let me tell you, I'm a Sheree fan, so I'm so glad she's back. I'm really glad Sheree's back. I don't think she should have left, but Nene wanted her gone, and so she was gone. Just Nene was bragging on Twitter that she got rid of Kim and Sheree. But now that Nene's gone, Sheree's back. And let me see. So she looked at Chateau Sheree and she was like, "Oh, it's actually coming along. It looks really good." And then she gets to Kenya, and I used to be a firefighter, and Kenya was driving with no fucking seatbelt. I wanted to jump through the screen and go like, "Put your fucking seatbelt on." You know how many people I've seen fucking killed and trapped in cars and shit, and because they didn't have a damn seatbelt on? But that's me being a firefighter. I'm retired, so let me get back into Real Housewives of Atlanta. But I had to say that. Please wear your seatbelt. It's not a big deal to wear your seatbelt. When I say it's not a big deal, I just mean that it's not going to hurt you to put on the seatbelt. It will save your life. It might give you a burn across here, but would you rather have a burn? And also, when you got the fucking airbag coming at you, I forgot how many miles an hour, but you got the damn airbag, which is like a punch in the face. Do you want your seatbelt to restrict you so that it doesn't really just completely fuck you up, break your nose, and do all the kind of shit that's happened to people? But let me get off my rant. Wear your seatbelts, people. Wear your seatbelts. But when we get to Kenya's house, it looks like shit. Cynthia's like, "Is this where Freddy Krueger and Jason live?" It's all boarded up. It's like a weird kind of driveway that looks like if you, like, Cynthia's like, "I can't drink and come to your house because you might find yourself in the woods somewhere." And I live in the woods too, but guess what? I have neighbors on both sides of me, and there's a winding road, but trust me, you're gonna make it here safely. I don't know about Kenya's. In Kenya's house, she don't even have the steps on there. So she brought a foreclosed building, and now she's trying to, get it so she can move in. And I mean, it looked a hot mess. And because I didn't know Real Housewives of Atlanta was on, I saw the end first. I saw actually starting with the sunglass party. And then I was like, holy crap. Then I had to wait an hour, for actually 2 hours because two Bravo shows came on. And now I got a chance to see the show from the beginning. So I saw her fighting with Sheree about the house. And now that I've seen the house, I'm like, really, bitch? Really? So, but I ain't there yet. So, Cynthia's basically speechless after she praises Sheree's house really coming along after 4 years. Then she looks at Kenya, she's like, oh. She's just speechless. And Cynthia really does know how to throw shade. See, Cynthia has moments where I like her, but she just hasn't solidified her personality as a reality star. But when Cynthia throws shade, the gays have taught her very well. Then there's some bullshit, prepping us for the season. Because Real Housewives of Atlanta gotta have, rivalries. And this one is Candy and Phaedra. Then they got some shit about Apollo. You know, is he actually talking to the kids? Phaedra's like, they talk every week. Todd's like, he calls like once a month, and even then they won't answer the phone, so we don't know what the truth is. But it turns out that Phaedra's exercise tape, which was like 2 seasons ago, um, she never finished paying Todd for it. She still owes him 8,000 out of like either 3,200 or 32,000 or 36,000, but she still owes Todd $8,000 that she put because of her marriage problems. She didn't release the DVD, so she never finished paying Todd. And Todd wants Candy, which is a bitch ass move, to go and tell Phaedra, bitch, where my money at? Which, Todd, it's your money. You talk to Phaedra, you talk to her people, you talk to her management. You don't send your wife to, your pregnant wife to confront another woman about your money. That's just a bitch ass move. But let's talk about bitch assness. Peter has been dragged in the blogs and on these YouTube videos because he don't have a problem with getting into the fights with the women like the women. So he will jump in their face and he will get into fights and he won't back down. He will just argue a woman down, and he does that with Kenya. Him and Kenya get into it because Kenya is sort of like insinuating that you cheated on her and she's going to confront him about it. Which Kenya, like I said, she's trying to be queen bitch of the show, so she does confront Peter first. But then, Peter doesn't take it very well. Mallory, Cynthia's sister, sees Peter and just avoids him. And then Mallory, for some reason, decides to talk to the girls where she tells them that Cynthia still loves her husband, but when he takes his clothes off, she's no longer sexually attracted to him. What the fuck, bitch? You're on national television telling your sister's business, snitching. If anybody was to say that, it's supposed to be fucking Cynthia. So this bitch just lets her sister business out. I mean, Mallory never liked her, but this was a horrible move. I don't know if it's scripted or what, but this bitch done lost her damn mind. You don't tell your sister's business like that. If her and Peter make up, then what? They're still married. They're still working through shit. And then you're just going to spill something like that. What's going to happen when Peter find out she says some shit like that? Shit going down. But that's why we watch. So, it's all good. But the show ended. And Cynthia makes her entrance. She's very sexy. But let's face it, when there's a potential that you're getting a divorce, or you're no longer going to be with your husband, and whether you're a guy or a girl, you always pull your body together. For the last few seasons, Cynthia has complained about her body, but she has pulled that motherfucker together. Okay, that's when you know somebody's ready to start looking for somebody new. You start pulling that motherfucking body together, and Cynthia has pulled her body all the way together. No more issues. Great legs. I'm a leg man. She was flashing them legs, and good lord, Cynthia did a good job on reinventing her body. But then Sheree shows up, and like I said, I'm a Sheree fan, but damn it, what happened to all the gays you knew? You know they're going to drag you for that hair. She came in with her hair all sweated out like she was fucking before she came to the event. So her hair wasn't right, her makeup was horrible, and then her outfit was just ugh. So Sheree should have came back to the Real Housewives of Atlanta like, bitch, I'm back. Your hair should have been on point. You should have been like Cynthia. Your hair should have been on point, your outfit should have been flawless, and your makeup should have been flawless. You should have been walking the door like, look, bitch, I woke up like this, and what? Okay, you're going up against people like Cynthia and Kenya, models, pageant girls. You gotta step, like T.S. Madison says, you gotta step your pussy up. Shit. I was rooting for you. But, of course, Sheree gave me what I wanted. I hate it when they drop Sheree from the show because she guaranteed you at least 1 or 2 good fights a season, and she always came back with a great one-liner. People are still saying, "Who gonna check me, boo?" Every season she had that one-liner that was gonna have you talking for the rest of the season, and then this one was no different. You know, when she was telling Kenya, you know, she don't want to hear from, I don't know the exact quote, I didn't forgot it now, but it was good. It's about Kenya being a renter, and don't talk to her, you know, who brought her house when you're still renting. And Kenya did not come back and said, "I brought my house." And we do know these girls have a tendency to rent and claim that they own when they just rent. Kenya, did you get caught in another lie? You didn't say you wasn't a renter. You didn't say, "I own it now." That was a sign. So, you know, that Sheree may know that Kenya's renting, not owning. So, Kenya and Sheree got into an argument, and it ended with Sheree threatening to throw her drink on Kenya and trying to throw her drink on Kenya. And, you know, I can't remember, Candy or somebody grabbed her so that she wouldn't throw the drink on her. And then it said to be continued. So that was the show. I mean, Real Housewives are back. They're firing all cylinders. Nene's nowhere to be found, but so far Nene is not needed. Now, all I need to find out is can Sheree get a peach? You know, because we only got 5 girls with peaches. We know it's usually 6. And we know Kim is probably going to get a peach. You know, they're probably going to redo the opening with Kim with a peach, or maybe even Sheree with a peach. Also, Marlo's an honorable mention. Marlo has made a return. She was also kicked off the show by Nene. But now, she's back. And I always thought Marlo should have got a peach. Marlo should have definitely been one of the housewives, because we know they wanted to be married to be on the show. I mean, you know, even when they took you to her house where they showed you all her shoes and all the shit she had, it looked like they were prepping her to be like a regular cast member, especially when it was iffy of whether or not they were going to keep Portia. Glad they kept Portia. Glad Sheree's back. Interesting seeing what Kim's bringing to the table. And the bitches are back, and I'm loving every minute of it, and I hope you are too. If you like this video, please share, like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you thought about the Real Housewives of Atlanta and their comeback. And I will see you with my next one next week, because now I know the show's back on. I should be able to get this video out to you actually probably sooner, instead of waiting until 12:20 at night. So, which the show's actually coming back on again. But thanks for watching.